Good morning, Northeast Kansas. You're watching Fox 43 AM Live.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Kroll.
And I am Adriana McCracken.
It is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. The Olympics we're well into the games now. It's been very exciting.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to watch anything else?
Yeah. I've kind of gotten more into it. You know, I'm trying to stay up to date and, you know, so I can get my facts right, you know. Fact check. There's not a kickball league, okay? That was ESPN. I believe it was like a commercial. So we're just going to blame
campaigning for a kickball, an Olympic kickball. You've got one vote right here.
Yes, but you did mention breakdancing, and I am looking into that.
Yes, looking at that one. Actually, I was watching Ledecky swimming yesterday. She dominated this one, like 1,500 meter race, something like that. She was like 20 seconds ahead of everybody, where they had to do different camera shots.
Oh, wow.
Because you know how like the camera usually follows the group, and you know everyone's pretty much together. She was so far ahead that they had to like get two different cameras to follow her and then to follow the rest of the group.
Wow, that's one swimmer.
It was insane. I guess. People say that's not even her fastest time, which I don't know what's quite happening, what strategy was going on there. Everyone else was just going slow as well and didn't realize just how much faster she still was.
Yeah.
But apparently, yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah, good for her. I need to take some swimming lessons.
Yes, yeah.
In floating.
Floating lessons, swimming lessons. Just don't drown.
Right.
Some other great news going on at the Olympics. We've got a couple of medals coming our way to the U.S. Simone Biles, I believe, well, what does she do here? She officially the most decorated Olympic gymnast in American history.
Yes, I love her, and I love her movie. I believe it was either on Lifetime or Netflix. It was like a documentary just about her uprising, just how she was raised, her family. And it was just kind of cool just to see her set apart and just like how she was like going through school, her journey. Like she's very humble. Like she's a very big inspiration for me. I
think she's amazing, especially what was it, last Olympics? She bowed out for like mental health, which I think is a very brave thing to do. So many of us would have just tried to push through because like, no, our team depends on us. But to have that strength to realize that, no, our team will do better without me. Yeah, because sometimes other humans forget that other humans are still human. Yes. And so I think that was a great reminder that, you know, even though she's great, just like the rest of us, that we have to do a mental health check sometimes. Yes, exactly. And I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll check it out. Simone wasn't in the movie. She ended up appearing kind of when she was the older version of herself. I think this movie is maybe 2 or 3 years old. It was like very early. So I'm just into documentaries. I'm a documentary girl. Cool. All right. But it was Biles' 8th career Olympic medal that they won after Team USA took the gold home in the women's team competition at the Paris Olympics. So she broke the record she previously held alongside Shannon Miller. So I guess her and Shannon were the world records, and then she got another one. So now she officially holds the highest record there. That is so awesome. Fantastic. Shout out to you, Simone. Chase, do we have a photo of the? There we go. There's the men's team right there. The men's team actually made some headlines themselves. The men's gymnastics have had 16 years without winning any medals. Wow. Yes. 3 Olympics, 16 years, and the wait is finally over. The USA men's gymnastics team won bronze in the team event back on Monday. That is awesome. Fantastic to them. Yes. So can we say, are we saying that women kind of have the more gymnastics error in winning, or do you think the men are catching up, or we're kind of neck and neck? What do you think? I think as of right now, I think the women are still doing way better. But I mean, it seems like we got swimming. The women's basketball team, I heard, was also doing amazing, beating the other team. So women's sports, there we go. There's Simone. Fantastic. Congratulations to all of our Olympic athletes so far in the games. Yes. They look great and so happy. That's such a great achievement. I know. Yeah. You see, like I said, breakdancing. I plan to look just like that maybe in next 4 years? Yeah. 8 years? Just give me some time. 4. Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. You got to come with me. I would be so happy. I will carry the coat. I will, do whatever. Or of course, I've always said, if I was going to go to the Olympics, I've seen like trampoline gymnastics. I would try for that.
Okay.
I think I could do that.
See, if you can do that, you can definitely break dance.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a part in there for you, maybe a solo.
Okay. I can spin. I can do the worm. I can spin. You sure you can teach me some moves?
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
I always love breaking out like the amateur break dancing at parties. People was like, oh, mind blown. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm doing nothing here.
Yes, and I'm the best hype girl ever. I like hyping people up.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, some other great news is going around. Like, as T-Rell would say, it's time to pop some champagne.
Okay.
This happened over in Kansas City not too long ago. So about last week, the Kansas City stations aired a story about a Markham Harvey funeral home. They were searching for Catherine Shirley's family because Catherine had recently passed away. They were having her funeral, and obviously you want family to be there.
Right.
But I guess they didn't have any family for her. So the story went out. Story got spread across other stations. You know, we share our stories a lot, so, you know, we pick up things here and there across the world. This clock was ticking. Well, apparently a genealogist in Nevada got a hold of this story. He got to work, started looking for things. Okay. He discovered that not only I can't talk anymore. So only to find out that he not only knew this person, but was related to Catherine Shirley's only living relative, her half-sister, Sheila Johnson. Wow. So this genealogist who was just trying to do a good favor discovered he had another family member out there.
Wow. Well, that's fate, you know?
Yes, exactly, fate. So they eventually got into Sheila now, who was living in Los Angeles, looks like. So she says, I couldn't find her or anything, and nobody knew anything about Catherine except that she went back to Kansas City, and that was that. I gave up. I didn't know if she was alive or dead or what. For like 30 years or plus, she just had no idea where her half-sister was anymore.
Wow.
Oh,
I know. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a sad story, but very touching at the very end, where she's overwhelmed with joy and the blessings, knowing that all of Kansas City, you know, was doing for her sister, and she is glad that she has a little bit of closure now. She knows what happened to her sister at this point. Right.
And I think that's a big thing, because sisterhood is everything to me. So for her sister to kind of be able to rekindle, even though it was unfortunate news, it still shows that everyone has someone out there for them.
Exactly. Do you have a sister?
Yes, so I do.
Did you imagine just them moving away and then losing contact, and that's it?
Yeah, see, I'm a middle child, so I have older siblings and smaller siblings, but I'm the second mom. So it's like I have brothers and sisters, but you guys are my babies. So I would definitely be devastated if something like that happened.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you're staying in touch with your family. I think I would be pretty sad too. I would be like, what was my brother up to? I don't know.
Yes.
I would text my guys. Of course, every now and then I'm like, what is my brother up to? I don't know.
Right.
He's asking me to help fix his his audio recorder and whatnot. So he's always nearby. Yeah,
and you know what helps us? We have a family group chat.
Oh. Yeah. We kind of have one, but our family keeps restarting it. It's Mom, Joe, it's so annoyed. It really is. Like we designated one, but then like 2 weeks later, someone starts a different one.
Oh yeah. Is it messages or is it on an app?
It's just text messages.
Oh, that's a lot of messages.
That's a lot of messages. And then you have to go back and find information. And it was like, wait, which one was in? It was in this one over here. It's chaos.
Yeah.
So I hope your family has more of a structured situation there.
Yeah, we're pretty consistent. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. My family's terrible with it. Okay. Ooh. Some other exciting news now. This is coming out of space, out of NASA.
Ooh.
Chase, I was going to call you Colin. Thank you, Chase. So this is the surface of Mars that we're looking at right now. It doesn't look like much. But to experts and scientists, this is a picture that is more than meets the eye and is very, very great and could be building towards the future of what we do on Mars.
Oh, wow.
So this picture is from Perseverance that is right now on Mars, taking pictures, taking samples. And what this picture shows to the experts out there is that all the ingredients that we would look for indicating the possibility it hosted ancient life on Mars is in this picture right here.
That's interesting.
I can't tell you why. I can't tell you anything else because I'm not an expert. I don't know. I'm going to take their word for it.
Well,
but it's got everybody very excited.
Yeah, it's super cool. Look at it.
Yes, that's Mars, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the presence of flowing water, presence of organics, and the possibility of chemical reactions that could provide energy source for, I'm going to butcher this word, microbial life. Oh, I'm going to say that.
That sounds about right.
Microbial life. Yes, that sounds professional enough. So it's really quite amazing here. So they're saying that they're going to want to get those samples, pull these rocks grain by grain, study them at the highest resolution possible, and so they'll be able to tell if there's evidence of microbial life there, which could mean we essentially life in outer space, life on another planet, which we're still trying to hopefully discover, right? Yeah. Now, it's not quite, the talking Martians that are kidnapping Santa Claus or anything like that, but it's something. It's a building block to say, hey, the other planets could have life out there. Yeah, and there's so many, so I wouldn't be surprised. And what would be crazy is if Mars was actually studying us. We never know. Just secretly somehow. Or I think it would be crazy if some other planet was telescoping us. Like, what's going on over there? Yeah. What are they up to? Maybe they are the AI. Maybe. Now, of course, everybody get excited, but don't get too excited yet. So here's their plans. They'll have to land on the planet and gather the samples. That's the next big hurdle that they're going to have to do if they want to get these samples. So next year, they will finalize the plans to get these samples back. They're going to have a rocket that launches from the surface of Mars, and that's going to be the first ever launch from another planet that they've ever done before. So again, we're making leaps and bounds here of what we need to do to get these samples to Earth to study them better. And it could be another 10 to 15 years for them to get these samples home to study. Jeez. Yes. So come 2040 or so, maybe we'll have an update on this story. I will still be around. Yes. So I look forward to it. If I'm here at this desk in 2040, just send me to Mars, please. Yeah, hey, me too. Some other exciting stuff is going on here. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. You don't watch House of Dragon? No. Okay. Which might be good for you then, because TikTok and X have reportedly leaked, not them themselves, but have posted leaks of the season finale. I believe it. Of House of Dragon. I keep wanting to call it Game of Thrones. House of Dragon. Yeah. TikTok has every show you could think of for free. But how do you watch the shows? It's like, because it's only like what's the limit on the TikTok videos? 3 or 10? It goes up to 10 minutes now. Yeah, so you can watch a legit big chunk of an episode if you wanted to. Takes me back to the olden days of YouTube where you'd have to go find like Game of Thrones, episode 1, part 1, part 2, part 4, part 5, part 3 is never anywhere. Never. You can never find it, so you don't know how you got there. Yeah, but TikTok, that's not a shocker. The only dragon I have watched is on Shrek. Yeah, so I've watched the dragon, just not that serious. That's a good dragon right there. To myself, I haven't watched season 2 yet of House of Dragon. Laura and I have been waiting for the finale to come out to kind of binge watch it all together, as opposed to doing the weekly situation. Right. So now I have to. Well, luckily for me, I'm not on X and I'm barely on TikTok, so I'm not too worried about getting spoiled. Of course, I have to watch out for just other people talking about the spoilers online. Yeah. That's where it catches up to me. Like some movies I have to watch right away, otherwise I'm here at work avoiding going to various sites or avoiding looking at my phone because I can't get spoiled with this movie. I don't want to do it. Right, and TikTok will post the actual episode, but Twitter, sometimes the actual footage, but sometimes it's just the tweets. People will talk about it. Like, did you guys see this episode? The tweets are always, the tweets, the messages, that's always the hardest part to avoid. Because I'm reading just a headline, I'm like, oh, aw. Right. I spoiled The Boys, the latest season. Something got spoiled for me on that one. Oh. And I was a little sad about that. I had already seen it coming, but I was sad that I was confirmed early on. So that's what happens. Be careful out there online, everybody. Spoilers abound. We actually... accidentally spoiled a little bit of Deadpool and Wolverine last week, too.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry, everybody. So hopefully if you weren't too excited to see that movie, or if you were, you'd already seen it by then.
Right.
All right, everybody, we've got a great show for you guys today. We're joined by bare knuckle fighter Blaine Warburton as he prepares for his next fight at BKFC Fight Night in Kansas City. Plus, it's our latest moment of giving back with Patterson Legal Group featuring Wounded Warriors United, and more to come. But first, it's time for our Glazed Friday winner announcement. All right, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to win this week's Glazed Friday donuts from Circle Coffee? So without further ado, here we go. And congratulations to Kansas Turnpike Maintenance Department. You guys have won 24 donuts from Circle Coffee. So one of my colleagues will drop them off for you guys Friday morning. You haven't been to Circle Coffee, right?
Not yet.
Check it out. Even if you don't like coffee, the pastries are delicious.
Okay, great. I'm a pastry girl.
Yes,
so.
And usually they have like other drinks too. It's been a while since I was over there because I know Laura goes there a lot, so she's always raving about the coffee there.
Oh, yay.
And we had some donuts not too long ago, so they're really good. So everybody, please, congratulations and thank you for watching. If you want the chance to win, head on over to ksnt.com/contest and enter your place of business. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Glazed Fridays is sponsored by Circle Coffee Company, 1710 Medford Avenue, Topeka. The dog walking forecast is sponsored by Carmona Air.
Special guest, Bill O'Reilly on Cuomo.
Cuomo O'Reilly is the best cable news exposition in America.
Toe-to-toe in TV's liveliest, most honest debate.
Appreciate you, Bill O'Reilly.
Tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
At Success Vision, I bought 2 pairs of glasses for $39, and they were ready in an hour.
I did the 2 sets of glasses for just $39.
I got 2 pairs of no-line bifocals for $79.
No-line bifocals are usually like $250, but because they make them here in the store, you can get 2 pairs for $79 in just a couple of hours.
You'll spend way less at Success Vision, but what I love is same-day service.
2 pairs for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
The PACT Act now allows all veterans exposed to toxins and other hazards at home or abroad to enroll in VA care. There are no longer 5 or 10-year deadlines to enroll. More information is available at va.gov/PACT.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Kerry Washington and the cast of Unprisoned.
So everybody relates to the challenges of living with people that you call family.
Plus, gospel great CeCe Winans.
Today at 10 on Fox 43.
Who's got motive?
Why am I the bad guy?
I'm a normal person, I promise.
This fall, Accused returns with an all-new season, and you can stream season 1 anytime.
What happened?
You really want to know?
It's the show critics call
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna fix this, I promise.
I just shot someone.
Why are you doing this?
Because I can.
Accused, all-new season October 1st on Fox, and stream season 1 on Hulu.
Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Join us now is Blaine Warburton, a bare-knuckle fighter getting ready for his next bout at the BKFC Fight Night in Kansas City, August 16th. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very excited to chat with you now. I don't know too much about bare-knuckle fighting, so I'm excited to talk a little bit about that. For our audience, tell us a little bit about now this sport. Like, what's the difference between, say, MMA, bare-knuckle fighting, boxing? Where does this sit in there?
So bare-knuckle fighting is the original
form of boxing.
Okay.
This is what boxing was before they transitioned to gloves. It got legalized here in the States in 2018, and now it's taken off. Fastest growing combat sport in the world.
Amazing.
It's getting huge. One of the big differences between bare knuckle fighting and glove boxing is you can actually grab and punch. So that's one of the big differences. Obviously, other than no gloves, you can wrap your hands, but it's like half your hand. Knuckles have to be exposed, so you get all the bone on bone.
I've heard that the difference between like bare knuckle fighting and boxing, like you're not really going for the head as much because it hurts a lot more with the knuckles.
There's a lot more strategy involved. See, what people don't understand with the gloves is it was never made to protect the opponent. It was actually made to protect the hand. So when a gloved boxer, they're wrapping their hand in almost a cast, and then they're putting a leather glove over the top of it. So what that does is leave your hands to last 12 rounds, and then you can beat your opponent to a pulp, which leads to a lot of internal head damage. Well, bare knuckle, what they've actually started to figure out is that as far as brain damage goes, way safer sport. Cosmetically is cosmetically not so much. A lot more cuts, a lot less brain damage.
Well, so tell us about you now. Tell us about your journey. Like, what got you into bare knuckle fighting?
So I started boxing as an amateur when I was 14 years old. Did that till I was about 21, 22. Took some time off from fighting, and then 2018, like I said, the sport became legalized here. Started watching it. It's like, man, I would love to do that. Like, there's some good documentaries out there that were like from England, because England was kind of taking on to it way before we were. And so I already kind of had an interest. And then once it got legal here, and then it just kind of became finding like how to get into it. Because it really just started in like Wyoming, and then it was just kind of trying to get legalized in like state to state to state. Well, that ended up becoming legalized in the state of Kansas. And then me and my coach, Danny Brown, we got together, and I was like, you know, I want to go pro in bare knuckle. Like, I'm not really interested in going the glove boxing route. And then so he was like, let's do it. So then it just kind of became like, the goal was BKFC. Like, for those that don't know, BKFC is the bare knuckle fighting championship. It is like the equivalent of UFC to MMA. Like, it is the big time, the big show. People that come out and watch this show are gonna be like, oh, this is different than like the local shows we've been to. Bright lights, all the cameras, all the stars are going to be out. Conor McGregor owns a piece of this company. Like, this is a big deal. And speaking of big deal, they just announced that they're putting together a tournament. It's like in the beginning phases, but they're doing a tournament each weight class. Grand prize, $2 million.
Wow. Wow. And so you obviously, okay, you so much to unravel now. You have if you're fighting the 16th, but your eyes, 2 million, you want to go for that as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, tell us how are you training? What are you preparing? How are you preparing for all this?
Me and Danny, we very strategically put together a training camp, not just for the fighter that we're fighting, but for the sport of bare knuckle. Like, it's not MMA. It's not glove boxing. You can't train for bare knuckle the same way you train for those two sports. I think a lot of guys are starting to figure that out as this sport is growing from its infancy, and we're ready.
I'm so excited to see you guys on the 16th now. And tell me, like, coming from, Topeka, I know a lot of us from this area think like we can't really achieve much, or it's much more difficult. Now to be signed to the organization, to kind of have this kind of roadmap, if you will. What's it mean for you?
Oh, it means everything. Like, I grew up really poor as a kid, like growing up kind of central Topeka, ended up moving out to North Topeka, and then grew up most of my childhood through that, from like middle school on out in North Topeka. And I say I'm just a normal guy. Like, I just wasn't really like a big popular guy, never really had anything handed to me in my life. Like, everything was like earn, watch my parents earn. And so I watched them struggle, watched them fight. So then for me, it was just like, well, that's ingrained in you. Like, if you want something, you got to fight for it. If you're struggling, too bad. Get up. People are counting on you. So for me, it was just kind of getting to the grind and just like, well, this is what I like doing. Like, I have a love for this like type of sport. So for me, it was just hard work, just getting in, doing it, figuring it out. It wasn't something that like came super natural as far as like the techniques. Like, I'd always been like fighting growing up. I mean, it was just kind of in me, but so that part was just natural. But like the actual techniques, like I wasn't like a super athlete or anything. So like it was just a lot of hard work. But then once I figured it out and once I got it, it was like I was just getting it. And then from there, I was like, my body became athletic. Like, so I wasn't like a natural athlete, but like I made myself an athlete.
That's great. Yeah, it really is amazing how this put in the hard work. You're achieving all these goals, and you're showing other people in the area that it's not impossible. The stigma of you can't do much coming from like say Topeka or say anywhere in Northeast Kansas. No, we definitely can. We
Absolutely,
put some work
we can.
and achieve your goals. I love it.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of talent fighter-wise around here. I think they're just kind of on the come up. Like, a lot of people maybe don't realize just how much talent we have. We have a lot of good gyms, a lot of good coaches, and a lot of the different combat sports. So I think like as we go, we're gonna start getting more. And then I hope like me doing something like this, or any of our other fighters, like when they do something big, like I just hope we can show the youth, show like some of these young guys, like, hey, there's like, we can make it. Like we can become like a big hotbed for fighting, just like some of these other states. Like, there's nothing holding us back.
Fantastic. Well, I'm very excited to see what you do in the future. I'm very excited for the 16th now. Good luck against Martinez here. He looks like a monster, but I think you got it.
Easy work.
All right, Blaine, thank you so much for joining us once again. And everyone, please be sure to catch Blaine on August 16th. You can get tickets at bkfc.com or stream on the BKFC app. And coming up next, it's our latest moment of giving back with Patterson Legal Group featuring Wounded Warriors United. Stick with us on Fox 43 AM Live.
Craving something different and delicious? Check out the area's food trucks at Tasty Trucks. With fresh ingredients, unique recipes, and a dash of local love. Menus and locations are at your fingertips at ksnt.com/tastytrucks or the 27 News mobile app.
I was hurt by a careless driver, and now I'm permanently injured.
If you've been in a car wreck, you deserve more. More answers to your questions, more attention to your case, and more money in your pocket.
Mike's team got me $350,000 for my car wreck.
Call me. I've got this.
Republican Brenda Dietrich, a problem solver, not a career politician. Brenda Dietrich has delivered. Joe Biden's inflation is crushing hardworking Kansas families. That's why Dietrich voted for over $1 billion in tax cuts, fighting to eliminate the sales tax on food, lower property taxes, and eliminate the tax on Social Security. And Dietrich helped keep our schools and communities safe from the deadly drugs coming across the border. Republican Brenda Dietrich for Kansas Senate.
Thank you. Join us for the second annual Topeka Food Truck Festival, August 25th in Gage Park. Come out and indulge in some tasty treats from a variety of food trucks. Enjoy free activities for the entire family. Bring your own lawn chairs and blankets so you can relax and enjoy the music of the Paradise Band. Plus, all the money raised from the basket raffle will go to Soul Reason. The festival is free to attend, so make plans now to attend the second annual Topeka Food Truck Festival, August 25th in Gage Park.
Shelly, it's a space theme. Isn't that fun?
Ooh, you can meet other people from your planet.
Did you see the movie Aliens?
You and me are going to give those space monkeys a little talking to.
I had the biggest crush on John Glenn. I would have given it up for him, no problem.
Weeknights at 5:30 on Fox 43.
Charlie, a strange lady from down the beach is back.
You just waltz in and make yourself at home whenever I'm out?
That's not true. Sometimes you're upstairs asleep. I've studied psychology for 8 years and been a patient for 20.
How do you keep getting in? I've changed the locks 3 times.
Hey, Charlie. Yes, but you didn't change the locksmith.
Weekdays at 4:30
Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.
We're excited to partner with Patterson Legal Group in our latest edition of Giving Back, where local nonprofits are recognized for the great work they're doing to make our communities better places to live. Patterson Legal Group recognizes a new nonprofit and presents them with a $500 check. This week, we're proud to spotlight Wounded Warriors United. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tyler from Patterson Legal Group. This week's Giving Back recipient is Wounded Warriors United. We're here with Robert. Robert, tell us a little bit about the group.
Wounded Warriors United is a group that helps get veterans and active duty soldiers out in the field, whether it be hunting or fishing. They help do home repairs and just help veterans in need.
Well, for all the great things you do, we're excited to give you a check for $500.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
And joining us now are Tom and Robert with Wounded Warrior United. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you guys on the show. I want to start off, just introduce our viewers to Wounded Warrior United. You know, what are you all about? How long have you guys been around?
All right. We've been a nonprofit since 2014. This October will be our 10 years.
Wonderful.
We've been around. We make a good impact in the community.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So what kind of services are you guys providing for these 10 years now?
When we first started, we were a small nonprofit, and we just basically got veterans and wounded warriors outdoors through hunting and fishing and camping. And then from there we got into sporting events. Started getting them in some games at K-State. The Chiefs always donated tickets to us, and from there we grew even bigger. And now, recently, I can just say we've put our 5th guy this year through a PTSD clinic in Boulder.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so we kind of cover a lot of ground.
That's great. We've talked so much on this show about the importance of being outside. What inspired you to get Wounded Warriors essentially outside and get them? What was the benefits there that you were seeing?
So when I was injured, I spent a lot of time in a hospital with a lot of guys, and I was a little bit older, so maybe I had an advantage being a little more mentally mature. But then I've noticed once you get out of the hospital, the depression and anxiety sets in, and I realized getting guys outside, fresh air, sitting around with a fishing pole or around a campfire, just kind of relax them, and it would help them open up. And then from there, we could build on helping them in all the ways that we can.
That's absolutely fantastic. And so now, how can the donation from Patterson Legal Group, how is that able to help you guys' mission out?
Well, like I said, recently we just sent our 5th person to a PTSD clinic that's 10 weeks. We're a small nonprofit, so we can't afford the whole 10 weeks, but we work with nonprofits, and all of us join together. It costs like $27,000 for 10 weeks.
Wow.
But that's room and board and counseling and groups, and the people that graduate from the courses tell me it really helps them quite a bit. So we're probably going to use the Patterson Group's money to help send another individual to a PTSD clinic.
That's wonderful what you guys are doing, helping people out like that. And so how can people reach out to you guys if they're in need of some help, if they need to get outdoors, or if they need some kind of PTSD therapy class?
They can give me a call. My phone is always on. They can reach out to us through Facebook. Most of the guys reach out to us through Facebook, or they reach out to us on my phone. My phone number, everybody gets it, so it's out there, and if they need anything, they just call, or they just send me a message on Facebook.
Easy as that. That's wonderful.
That's pretty simple. No red tape.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, there shouldn't be red tape for when someone's seeking help. It's like, we're here to help you guys.
And if I don't answer the phone, it means I'm talking or I'm sleeping. So
leave a message. We'll get back to you.
Exactly.
So for your Facebook page, just Wounded Warrior United.
Yeah, Wounded Warriors United.
Easy as that. Yeah. It's so great what you guys are doing out there. It's such a wonderful thing. And again, the testament of just being outside. It's a great kickstart for healing, really. It's wonderful. You guys are really on the ground floor of everything. It's fantastic.
We try to be.
Well, thank you so much for this morning, for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to talk to you again in part 2 of our conversation.
Okay.
Of course, everybody, please, to learn more, you can go to wwuf.org.
Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.
And coming up, it's not just the athletes that are being talked about this summer. Fashion is on that list as well as the Olympic Games in Paris. Learn more when we come back at Fox 43 AM Live.
Court is in session on Fox 43 KTMJ. Hot Bench at 1. The People's Court at 2. And Judge Mathis at 3. It's Judgment Day. Weekdays on Fox 43 KTMJ.
Get an 11% rebate on everything. Quaker State Full Synthetic Motor Oil is engineered to give more power, more wear protection, and longer engine life. Get a 5-quart jug for $17.99 after rebate. Power your devices with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and last longer than basic alkaline batteries. 16 packs of AA and AAA batteries are $7.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Topeka, you've spoken, and thanks to you, Devon James wins. Dustin Devon was voted Best Personal Injury Attorney, and Devon James was voted Best Law Firm in the Topeka 2023 Official Community's Choice Awards.
Thank you, Topeka,
for making Devon James your choice of law firms.
Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Attorney. If you've been injured, Devon James wins. Call 888-8888.
Jason, why don't you speed?
You just think about it, you're literally getting 2 extra minutes. So
you don't really save time.
We've seen people speed by us, right? And then you pull off, you get to the stoplight. Who are you right next to? That person that pulled off in front of you going 90 3 minutes earlier is now sitting at that same stoplight.
I like to make eye contact.
Why do we do that? I do that same thing. I'd be like, look where I'm at. Remember you blew by me?
Save yourself the embarrassment. Don't speed.
Come out to the on-site Clear the Shelters event on the patio at Jeremiah Bullfrog's Bar and Grill, Saturday, August 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a benefit for the Jefferson County Humane Society, a no-kill shelter. They're dedicated to providing a loving and safe environment for all animals in need. Come meet adoptable dogs from the Jefferson County Humane Society and help them clear the shelter on August 10th. There will also be vendors and a raffle. This event is sponsored by the Northeast Kansas Animal Welfare Foundation.
These are the best ocean rescue teams on planet Earth.
You want to be a lifeguard. This is the real deal.
Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. You may have seen this heartwarming moment. Olympic swimmer Caleb Dressel and his family embracing after winning his 8th gold medal. But for some, what really caught their eye is what's hanging from his wife's ear over here.
Yes, Caitlin Ogle talked to the designer who now says that she can't keep the jewelry in stock.
Wow.
Since 2020, started at my kitchen table, hand making everything.
Hannah Barnhouse designs jewelry here at Feed Me Gems at 33rd and Broadway in Edmond. From the kitchen table to now a star in her own right at the Paris Olympics.
Oh my gosh, it was the craziest thing.
She designed these 4th of July earrings, selling them in store and on her website.
They're red, white, and blue.
After winning gold, Olympic swimmer Caleb Dressel, his wife Megan, and their baby all embraced. These images popping up in Barnhouse's inbox.
When she wore them, I'm talking DM. When I saw them on TV, it just like hit different. It was so iconic though, for her to be there as a mama with her baby. And then she's just got her Feed Me Gems on, just swinging around. And I'm like, okay, this is such a pinch me moment.
Barnhouse and her team quickly posted this to social media, and it took off.
The post itself that we posted went viral, so Instagram pushed it.
The earrings quickly sold out. Now they're taking pre-orders.
But we do have 1 pair, LOL, we have 1 pair left.
But this pair stays on Barnhouse. While she prepares orders, Barnhouse is proud to represent the USA with some gems.
We love the sparkle. We love the sparkle.
What a good problem to have.
Right.
It must be, yeah, such really a pinch me moment to all of a sudden go, those are my earrings.
Yes.
And people are finding them now.
Exactly. Like it's a big moment because I'm into fashion and those earrings are super, super cute.
You're going to have to get your hands on one, get on the pre-order list. We understand that she has now customers like Paris Hilton and Lainey Wilson getting some of her earrings. So kudos to them. You never know, especially for small business owners, you never know who's going to buy one, where they're going to wear something, where they're going to to use something, and next thing you know, you blow up.
Right, and it's a big
fantastic.
moment for her and her brand, so that's amazing.
Well, good for them. What a great story to come out of the Paris Olympics. All right, everybody, coming up next, Ashley Dvorkin has the latest from Hollywood when we return on Fox 43 AM Live.
Allow me to explain. Why are you crying?
Because I'm stupid!
Well, that's no reason to cry. I cry because others are stupid and it makes me sad.
Weeknights on Fox 43 KTMJ.
President Trump endorsed Derek Schmidt for Congress.
He's strong on the border. He's strong on crime. He's tough. He's smart. And he's got a big heart. Derek Schmidt, he has my complete and total endorsement.
I'm Derek Schmidt, and I approve this message.
Start your journey towards a successful career in trucking with Central Plains CDL. We're Kansas certified CDL examiners who will teach you valuable career industry skills. All prep work and testing done on site. Contact Central Plains CDL today.
Welcome to the party. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're going to meet here. Let's do this.
Weekdays at 11 on Fox 43 KTMJ.
Two best friends.
I'm not your best friend, Dave.
Looking for great comedy?
It's true. I am the master.
Well, here's a hint.
This is crazy. This was so fun.
Might I suggest bird watching?
You may not.
You're in the right neighborhood.
Give me some.
Dave, that's what you went into the concert? Boy, white people get to wear anything.
Weeknights at 11:30 on Fox 43.
This is the People's Court.
Looking at a little rough justice?
That's right.
It's rough.
What were you doing with binoculars looking into her yard? That's creepy as hell.
It's tough.
The police officer says he saw the steak knife in your hand.
Yeah.
And we just can't get enough.
You're both total liars.
Real litigants, real cases, real drama.
Stop talking.
I'm not going to be
clear. Get out. Get out.
The People's Court.
Weekdays at 2 on Fox 43.
These are the best ocean rescue teams on planet Earth.
You want to be a lifeguard? This is the real deal.
President Trump endorsed Derek Schmidt for Congress.
He's strong on the border. He's strong on crime. He's tough. He's smart. And he's got a big heart. Derek Schmidt, he has my complete and total endorsement.
I'm Derek Schmidt, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. A classic mystery thriller returns to theaters for a milestone anniversary, and another concert film is coming to the theaters.
Yes, Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has those stories and more in the Hollywood Nation.
Our parents are monsters.
Wow.
A first look at Spellbound, Longlegs scores big, and Usher heads to the big screen in the Hollywood Nation.
Usher!
Usher is the next music star to release a concert film in theaters. Usher Rendezvous in Paris was filmed during his 8-concert performance in the City of Lights last year and will feature many of his chart-topping hits. It will play for a limited time starting September 12th. Seth Meyers is bringing the laughs to HBO. The late-night talk show host will release a new comedy special this fall. The show was filmed in front of a live audience at the Vic Theater in Chicago.
Longlegs.
Neon's horror thriller Longlegs has set a record. According to Deadline, the film is now the studio's highest-grossing film of all time, topping the Oscar-winning Parasite with $58.6 million in its third week at the domestic box office. It also tops A24's Talk to Me as the highest-grossing indie horror movie of the past 10 years. Alfred Hitchcock's classic mystery thriller Rear Window will return to theaters August 25th and 28th in honor of its 70th anniversary. It centers on a wheelchair-bound photographer who becomes convinced one of his neighbors committed a murder.
This is your king and queen.
Netflix drops an original fairy tale in today's First Looks. The animated adventure Spellbound follows a young girl on a quest to save her family and kingdom after a mysterious spell transforms her parents into monsters. It premieres November 22nd.
Dad, put him down.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And coming up next, Rich DeMiro visits a college where robots help paint field lines for sports games. Get a look at the process when we come back on Fox 43 AM Live.
Bring your appetite to the Live at Lunch weekly concert series at Evergy Plaza. Enjoy live music and food trucks in the heart of downtown Topeka every Wednesday from 11 to 1. Go to evergyplaza.com for the full schedule.
Every day, my firm helps people who've been injured in car wrecks. Just listen to this story.
I was going through an intersection, and this guy ran a red light and T-boned me. He was going so fast, even though it clearly wasn't my fault. The insurance company was giving me a hard time. So I called Mike. Mike's team got me a $220,000 settlement. Mike's got this.
Call me. I've got this.
Call 785-444-4444.
Start your Friday with a donut. Fox 43 AM Live and Circle Coffee Company are giving away donuts every week to a lucky business. We'll draw a winner on Wednesday and deliver the treats on Friday. Sign up your business today for a chance to win. Sponsored by Circle Coffee Company.
Have a cute kid? Sign up today at KSNT.com and we may feature them in the news. Watch 27 News weekday mornings to see if we feature your kid. Cute Kid of the Day is sponsored by Bonkers and Sunset Zoo. 27 News, honoring veterans through Veterans Salute.
We're proud to honor our veterans for their service to our country.
And we would love to share their stories. Please nominate a veteran at KSNT.com.
Be sure to watch 27 News Wednesdays at 10 p.m. as Devon James Injury Lawyers and 27 News honor our veterans with a Veterans Salute. Veterans Salute, sponsored by Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Person, place, or thing.
The only big cat native to the Americas.
Cougar.
How dare you? I am not a cougar.
Watch and win.
It's not Las Vegas. Atlantic City.
5 times a week.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 43.
Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Robots are taking the sports field, but not how you might expect.
Rich Domingo explains in today's Rich of Tech.
Robots are rushing the field and making their mark, quite literally. Recently, I visited one college that's part of a growing trend where robots are being used to paint field lines for sports, making the process faster and more accurate than ever.
At this university, robots are storming the field.
This is a real big leap where we are actually replacing some of the things that humans would do and actually doing it better.
They're not playing sports, but prepping for them.
We were convinced immediately.
Ryan Van Omeren has been with Cal Lutheran University for 25 years. Recently, the school adopted several robots that can autonomously paint field lines.
So when we learned of the robot, I knew right away that this is something that we could use and take a burden off our groundskeepers.
Pulling strings, measuring, getting those right angles exactly the way they're supposed to, and the robot really eliminates a lot of the need for, some of that manual labor.
The turf tank, as it's called, uses GPS and Wi-Fi for precise lines every time.
The robot's accurate within a centimeter.
Basically, this tablet is going to be the brain of the operation.
Just load the robot with special chalk paint for fields, choose a design, and off it goes.
We've got soccer, lacrosse, football, rugby. There's so many different designs that it can paint.
Soccer lines that used to take 2 to 3 hours now take 20 minutes. A football field that might have taken 2 days now takes a few hours. The robots use less paint and are more efficient at field changes, making them popular.
Everybody from the NFL down to your local AYSO club.
But are these bots pulling a fast break on human jobs?
What about the human jobs that this is displacing or changing? So a human being still has to run the robot, right? Although it does line the fields autonomously, somebody has to be there to maintain the equipment, to run the tablet, to fill the paint, just like you would with your regular walk-behind equipment.
The school tells me that while these robots are efficient, they are not replacing human jobs entirely. That's because they free up groundskeepers to focus on other important tasks. I'm Rich DeMuro. That's Rich on Tech.
And coming up next for the new thrill seekers, get a look at King's Dominion's latest coaster in the works, soaring above the rest when we come back on Fox 43 AM Live.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Kerry Washington and the cast of Unprisoned.
So everybody relates to the challenges of living with people that you call family.
Plus, gospel great CeCe Winans.
Today at 10 on Fox 43.
Charlie, a strange lady from down the beach is back.
You just waltz in and make yourself at home whenever I'm out?
That's not true. Sometimes you're upstairs asleep.
Weekdays at 4:30 on Fox 43.
Person, place, or thing.
The only big cat native to the Americas.
Cougar.
How dare you? I am not a cougar. And if you heard anyone say that I was, they're wrong.
Play along from home.
Shot in the dark, Meryl Streep. What? Yes. I need to ask you some stock tips because you are on fire.
With a chance to win.
It's not Las Vegas, Atlantic City.
5 times a week.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 43 KTMJ.
Last man standing's rounding up the posse.
What do you think?
It's another bullseye, Mikey.
The ornery outlaw.
You really don't consider us friends?
How can we be friends? We're married.
The wise wingman.
My wife wants us to go. We're going.
It's the same time as the game.
We're not going.
And the quickest trigger in the West.
You swallow a piece, big deal.
Buckshot is lead, causes diminished mental capacity.
I doubt that. I've eaten an awful lot of it.
Last man standing.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 43.
Shelly, it's a space theme. Isn't that fun?
Ooh, you can meet other people from your planet.
Did you see the movie Aliens?
You and me are going to give those space monkeys a little talking to.
I had the biggest crush on John Glenn. I would have given it up for him, no problem.
Mima!
Weeknights at 5:30 on Fox 43.
Allow me to explain. You don't think I'm condescending, do you?
Well...
Oh, I'm sorry. Condescending...
I know what it
means! In the book this is based on, Batman's the killer. Mansplaining is when a man explains things to a woman like she's stupid. Boop!
Weeknights on Fox 43 KTMJ.
Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Very excited for this one. I am a roller coaster enthusiast to a degree, I believe. Not so much.
Kind of, sort of.
Okay, so you might like this one then. Okay. I don't know. This one looks kind of wild. Over in King's Dominion, it is a theme park in Doswell, Virginia. They are building the tallest and longest launched wing coaster in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I want to call you Colin now today, Chase. Chase, thank you. So here's a kind of a look at it. It is soaring at 145 feet. The 3,086-foot long ride starts with a launch that brings riders to 0 to 65 miles per hour in just 4 seconds.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, so as you see with this model here, you're sitting in the chair, basically on a wing of the coaster. Mm-hmm. So once it gets launched, you're kind of get the feeling of you're flying, as they say.
I can see the fun in that, kind of, sort of.
Yes, kind of, sort of. I like these kind of roller coasters, it seems like, where I was in Orlando, rode the Velocicoaster. Oh, that was a wild setup, how we were strapped in, and it was a whole different experience.
Have you ever rode the slingshot? Well, it's not really a ride, it's a legit slingshot. Like it's located
I've never done this. I've never done the slingshot. But that one is 89 seconds long, and they want to give you this experience of being an archaeologist, going through an ancient volcano. And they want to, just let you have some fun with this new ride. It's set to open next year in 2025, coinciding with the park's 50th anniversary.
Nice.
So that's going to be a great time. I'm very excited to maybe have to make a vacation to Virginia and to check this new coaster out. I know I have a couple friends that are going to want to join me on that one.
Yeah, and it sounds like a fun experience.
Yes.
So.
Hopefully my back holds out. Roller coaster's not my friend anymore. All right, but we'll be back with more Fox 43 AM Live after this.
who's got motive.
Why am I the bad guy?
I'm a normal person, I promise.
This fall, Accused returns with an all-new season, and you can stream season 1 anytime.
What happened?
You really want to know?
It's the show critics call
unbelievable.
I'm gonna fix this, I promise.
I just shot someone. Why are you doing this?
Because I can.
Accused, all-new season October 1st on Fox, and stream season 1 on Hulu.
Supporting working parents is crucial for attracting and retaining workforce. But currently, Shawnee County has an extreme childcare shortage. That's a big problem for companies looking to hire.
I actually had to balance working my full-time job and having an infant at home, which is a lot for working moms.
Working parents need family-friendly employers. We call it being a champion for childcare.
The return from this kind of investment in childcare is the ability to recruit and the ability to retain the workforce that we need.
Your support of Family Forward is an investment in working parents that yields a stronger, available workforce. The workforce your business needs to thrive. And that builds a healthier local economy. Take a small step. Take a big step. Every step moves us forward. Learn more about how you can become a champion for childcare at familyforwardnow.org.
What have you been doing up there?
Honey, only ask questions that you really want the answers to. Okay. Can we get a reward for being such a nice guy?
As long as nice guys don't finish first.
Oh my God, are we poor?
You are. We're doing very well. I know this might be too late to say, but I'm not sure we should have children. Oh, what are you dressed as?
Oh, farm girl.
E-I-E, I know. I wasn't always this good at this.
That's Dad. That's Mike. We went to the mall.
Haters, gonna hate. Peace out.
On Last Man Standing.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 43 KTMJ.
All right, that is our show. Tomorrow on Fox 43 AM Live, our friends at McCright Plaza are helping us stay safe in the summer heat in our latest adventures in aging. Plus, the Best Reviews team is ready to make the best out of your back-to-school shopping. But that is our time for today.
So, thanks for watching and make plans to join us tomorrow here at 9.
Yes, all right, have a great day, everybody. Some content during today's Fox 43 AM Live is paid for by Patterson Legal Group.